You sent the link?
Posted on my story. It's like whenever you post this shit, you have to delete everything, man.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Fuck, man. There we go. Mm-hmm.
What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? All
Yeah.
right. Second episode. Ready to go. I wonder like if we can, when it comes to like editing these clips, I wonder if we're able to edit out the first couple of minutes. Because it's like always that awkward silence, and so you like at least wait for someone to come on, even if it's just like
Yeah, I remember Nightcap used to have that too. Like they would like be talking and then
well, I think isn't that why they do like the 2 minute countdown?
they'll do it depends. Like they'll do the count. Yeah. No. I don't know how. I think they just have it like as soon as they go live, they just start it right then and there because they know they're gonna upload it fully. That's why like since we're live right now, everything's on wax. So when we upload it, it's gonna be like that. So it's just like we should do pre-production and then just start
Yeah.
straight up. But we could give it just because like since we're doing live, we could give it like maybe like 5 minutes, just shoot the shit and then just kind of
Yeah.
start. We're gonna upload it anyways.
Are you watching any of these games?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I know I said I wasn't interested in like the East stuff, but I'm definitely gonna tap into like I'm definitely gonna tap in. Like I'm gonna tap in. I know they're playing right now, and we're streaming as they're playing, but I'm gonna tap into the Knicks and Celtics just because the Knicks did win Game 1, so it's like I want to see what the Celtics are gonna respond with.
Yeah.
And then obviously Nuggets and Thunder tonight. That's gonna be a good one.
That's gonna be a good game.
I don't think, bro. I don't buy into the Thunder at all.
If they lose tonight, then I've completely sold. I'm completely off of them. I just feel like you've been great all season, and then you just you fold and choke like this in the postseason. I think that kind of just for me, it just kind of seals the deal for them for good. I mean, but then I just don't think that's going to happen. I just think that I think they're gonna come out and destroy the Nuggets tonight. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It doesn't look like they got that kind of. I don't know. It just seems like the Nuggets are more tested, and they just got because the Nuggets played bad and they still won, and the Thunder didn't like necessarily play bad. They just kind of like lost it towards the end.
Yeah. But at the same time, there were moments in that game where like the Thunder were up like by a good amount. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like for me, when I watch games like that, if I see that a team has a steady lead for a good amount of time throughout the game, and then let's say they just choke in the end, like kind of like how the Thunder did, there's a pretty good chance that in that second game after that, they're probably going to dominate if they make the right adjustments to prevent them from choking. Like I'm watching this Celtics and Knicks game. It's kind of close right now, but I have a feeling that the Celtics are going to start to pull away. I think that first game was like a fluke in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, this Knicks team is phenomenal. They're great, but I just really feel like the Celtics team is, they got a taste of their own medicine in game 1 because the Knicks shot tremendously from outside. But obviously the Knicks can't continue to play like that every single game. And then of course the Celtics missed like 43. So um,
That's
did you
so
see
sick.
that stat? It was
That's
like
so sick. What's
15,
up, What's up, Casey? But
15 for 76 or something like that.
so I feel like what what makes me like question. You know how you have the argument about how the NBA is a lot better now and like the players are a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like their IQ is super low, like in comparison to how they used to play back in the day. Because it's like, how do you miss? They took 20 shots. Was it in the third quarter or something like that? And they were all threes.
Yeah.
That's
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of the Rockets in
yep,
2016, right?
yep,
With James Harden.
yep,
Live and die by the three.
yep.
Literally, that's all they did was just shoot threes.
But what I'm like, at what point as a coach or as a player do you guys be like, "Yo, chill out"? Like,
Yeah.
let's call this set and let's get an easy bucket. Like, at what point do you decide to do that?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't get. That's. I mean, even I'm watching this game right now, and it seems like that's still their game plan. That they're shooting threes. And hey, they won a championship like this, so you can't really take anything away from them. They won a legit championship off of just shooting threes. So I don't know. I feel like that's like if that's a strategy that works for them, then let it happen.
Yeah, I just feel like that's just how they play, and I don't. I'm curious. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm curious to see how this series is gonna play out because, like, are they gonna make adjustments? They only know how to play this one type of way. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like players these days. Do they have a player on their team that could hit middies or work in
Who?
the post? The
Who?
Celtics. The Celtics.
Peyton Pritchard. I mean, he's pretty good off the bench. He can hit the mid range. I mean, Jalen Brown's. I mean, he used to be a mid range player. I feel like as these players get older and start getting paid, they settle for being. They force themselves to become 3-point shooters,
Mhm.
and that's all they settle for is just shooting 3-point shots. So, I mean, if I'm watching the Celtics right now, like the entire roster is like a 3-point. The entire roster has adapted to being 3-point shooters. Like they don't do anything else but shoot threes. Jason Tatum shoots threes. Derek White shoots threes. Jalen Brown shoots threes. Drew Holiday only shoots the corner three. Christian,
Remember when? Remember when Tatum used to have a bag? Like
I mean,
when
he
he
still does.
no, but he doesn't show it as much. I feel like
Oh yeah,
before like he'd be like working in the post, he'd be killing them, dunking on people, like going crazy. Like
yeah.
we were sitting there thinking he's next up, and then all of a sudden it just turned into what's that shot he do, like the side step three or the step back three?
It's hard. I mean, I don't know. I personally feel like Jason Tatum doesn't get the. I mean, I don't think he gets the respect that he deserves. But then again, like
He doesn't.
when you play such a quiet game like he does, like and it's very inconsistent. Like some games he'll go crazy, and then some games he'll just be quiet. I don't know, man. I also think the NBA kind of feels the NBA kind of selects who they want to push to the front. Like right now, obviously it's Anthony Edwards. Everyone's hard on Anthony Edwards, so I don't know.
But I look at it like a marketing thing because when you look at Jason Tatum, like what would you market that's exciting about his game?
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and it's no disrespect to him because he's cold. Like, I mean, if you look at his resume and what he's been able to do in his NBA career, I mean, he has finals appearances. He's a champion. Uh, he averages great numbers. He's a great family man. He doesn't get in trouble, any of that kind of shit. And he just still, it's almost like he's like a Tim Duncan
Yeah,
type of player. He's closer to like a Tim Duncan than like a Kobe uh, or just even the new players like a John Morant or a Anthony Edwards. Even Zion Williamson is more marketable than Tatum.
yeah. Tatum's not really marketable at all. Anthony Edwards is very marketable. Uh, yeah, honestly, yeah. Anthony Edwards is very marketable. I don't know anyone else. I don't know. That's a good question. Who is marketable right now in the NBA? That's a great question.
Who's marketable in the NBA?
Yeah. Besides Anthony Edwards, obviously LeBron is marketable because he's LeBron. I mean, but that's his era is kind of fading out. We were
Yeah,
talking about
new guy. Yeah.
who's marketable right now. Anthony Edwards, like he has the personality, he has the skill set to back it up, and then
I was gonna say Paulo Banchero. He's
fuck,
what?
he's
Remember
not.
when they remember when they did them old school ads like the Slam magazine shits? Them shits was
Yeah, but like Does he? He doesn't talk. Like I mean, I'm thinking about someone like Anthony Edwards is the marketing machine right now. I'm
Yeah,
trying to think of someone who's comparable to Anthony Edwards right
oh
now.
no. Ant's the guy right now. I feel like
Hell no.
nah, he don't play enough. He has all
Zion,
the hype though. He has all the hype though right now. Zion. I mean, not right now, but like when he came in, he had that hype and that
he
allure.
did.
He just
He
lost
did.
it. They said,
LaMelo, if he was on a better team, he could be marketable. I believe that.
I believe that too.
I
He's
believe
funny
that.
as fuck. Like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He's just not. Damn, who else, man? Who's some young stars that are nice with it?
Uh,
Yeah, that's pretty
well,
concerning.
we'll be here all day if we start thinking about that. I think honestly, right now, the only player that sticks out to me that like Draymond. I mean, Draymond Green is marketable, but I mean, he's Draymond Green for. I mean, he's not like a face of the league marketable, but he's
Marketable?
marketable.
Nah, he's not even marketable.
It's a great question, actually. Anyways,
Should we just go ahead and start? I mean, we kind of because on the docket we got the thoughts about the Warriors versus the Wolves game one.
yeah. So I watched that game last night, and let's just say I bet the Warriors. I knew the Warriors were going to win. I knew they were going to come in and dominate. Um, I also knew that like with all that pressure that Anthony Edwards put on himself, that he was probably going to come out and have a pretty bad game, pretty bad first game.
You think so?
Um, yeah, I expected all of that, bro. I don't think people understand that like the Warriors are battle tested. Like when it comes to important games, games that matter. Granted, Steph Curry got injured, but I mean before that, the Warriors. People can talk about Steve Kerr all they want to. He's a phenomenal coach. I just think that when it comes to game seven situations and pressure situations, Steve Kerr knows how to get his team ready. And the thing is, Steve Kerr has worked with like multiple sets of this Warrior team, like multiple variations of this Warriors team.
Yeah.
And for me, I think honestly, I think the Warriors thrive off of pressure. Looking at Game 7 of the Rockets series, like everyone expected the Rockets to come out and dominate for the third time in a row. Guess what happened? The Warriors came out and showed up. Everyone expected, because of the Timberwolves fucking destroyed the Lakers, everyone expected the Timberwolves to come and humble the Warriors, especially at home with the hot Anthony Edwards and, Julius Randle and, DiVincenzo and the entire team. Like they expected the Wolves to come out and dominate at home. And guess what happened? The Warriors showed up. So I had a very, very strong. I put a lot of money on that particular bet because I had a very, very strong feeling that the Warriors were going to handle business, and they did from the get go. Um, as far as like what I think about the series based on Game One, I think it's still too early to tell. I also think that with Steph Curry getting injured, I don't. To be honest, and I take this very lightly. I don't think Steph Curry being injured affects the Warriors as much as like the media and the public wants us to believe it will. Only because, like I said, the Warriors play great, phenomenal team basketball, and I think that Steve Kerr is able to get his team ready to compete without Steph Curry if they need to. Do I think that they're going to win the series without Steph Curry? Absolutely not. I still think that this goes to 6 games and the Wolves squeeze one out in the end. And if it's because Steph Curry doesn't come back, because they're saying that his hamstring injury is pretty serious, they're going to reevaluate in 1 week. So that means he's probably going to miss game. He is going to miss game 2, and then he's for sure going to miss game. He's going to miss game 3. So if Steph Curry misses game 2 and game 3,
It's a wrap.
it's a wrap. But the funny thing is that I think that if he comes back in game 4 and they're at home, they could win. Or, I mean, even if he doesn't come back, I still think regardless of Steph playing or not, the Warriors squeeze one out at home. But after that, I just don't think they have the bandwidth without Steph Curry being fully healthy to beat the Wolves. If they do beat the Wolves in this series, it's pure Steve Kerr coaching and pure like playoff experience. That's it.
See, like I look at it like I feel like if Steph was injured, the whole like if he didn't play game one, they would have lost. I think that like the gravity that he creates allows like who's that one? I keep forgetting that one dude's name. Not him.
Brandon
Actually, just Buddy Hield and Jimmy. Like they make the game a lot easier, and I feel like
Peninsky.
yeah, Peninsky, like he makes the game easier for them because he allows them to just like get space to create shots. But with him out, I feel like they get to just zero in on them. And I don't know if they have like like just like the pure shoot. The only people that could get their shit off for real is Jimmy and Buddy Hield. Surprisingly, I don't know. Like Buddy has he's been hooping, but I just don't think that's enough. Like on a consistent basis to beat the Wolves again if Steph is just not going to play.
My thing with Jimmy Butler is that I love Jimmy Butler, but I feel like there's too many times in a game where you kind of forget that he's there. And I think that sometimes that can be used to his advantage, but sometimes it could be a to be sometimes as a fan or someone who's rooting for the Warriors, it can be very frustrating because you want playoff Jimmy to kind of, be playoff Jimmy every single game, not just in clutch moments. Especially with Steph being out, it's going to be interesting to see how Jimmy turns on playoff Jimmy because the way Draymond played yesterday, that's never going to happen again.
Yeah,
That
we
was
were texting that when the game was on. I was like, that'll never happen. Like
that was sick.
that he and Buddy Hield won them that game, but that's not happening.
No, it's not happening again.
That's not happening.
Yeah. So if the Warriors want to stand a chance, you need Podensky to have a good game. You need Buddy Hield to play like how he played Game 7. You need Draymond Green to play decent. You need most importantly, you need Jimmy Butler to turn into playoff Jimmy, but he has to do it for 4 games straight. Do
What
I?
do you think? What do you think about Ant? Because I know we had that picture of Ant working at Chipotle, like that meme. Think about his last two games because with that closeout game with the Lakers, like he didn't perform well. His team performed well, and they're able to close that game out. But I mean, that game I think he had 13, and then this game he had one fucking point and 3 points going into the second half or the third, the fourth, or whatever that was.
Uh, I mean, I just think that I don't know. I feel like sometimes when the media gets involved, there could be a little bit too much pressure put on a player or too much pressure on a player to perform in clutch moments. I think Anthony Edwards is well on his way to being, if the one of the best, if not the best player in the NBA. I think he's well on the way. Him and Shy, I think, are the new two faces of the NBA, 100%. Like Shy Gilgeous Alexander, sorry, SGA.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, I don't even try to say his last name, but I think I don't think he's on the level of like a Jokic or
Who?
Ant.
I think he's on his way to.
I don't even think I've never honestly. I used to be a Jokic like questioner, but like after we've seen him a couple years now, I'm like, nah, this is something crazy, bro.
No, I'm saying that he's on his way to like that level. If he stays at this pace. But then again, I don't know. Who knows, man?
I just wish that because when I was watching the game yesterday, or whenever I was watching that game 2 days ago, I just wonder like why doesn't he just drive? Like when I said I was like, yo, like why does he take these shots? And I was like, all he needs to do is just drive. And then like literally he was just like, man, fuck that. He started putting his head down and getting to the rim. And I'm like, I don't think he realizes like when I watch him, I've never seen someone move so shifty. Like he's shifty, fast, and explosive. So I'm like, why do you keep settling for threes? It's kind of like what Chuck said. It's like, why do you keep settling for threes? Like as a defender, I'm like breathing a sigh of relief if you're pulling up versus like you trying to get to the rim. So
Yeah.
I think if once he masters that and he just kind of like understands like, yo, when I drive, they're gonna double and all I have to do is kick or just make a play.
You know who does it? You know who does a phenomenal job of doing what we want Anthony Edwards to do, and I saw it yesterday in his gameplay. Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell
Got
is
like 50, right? Or damn near 50.
Yeah, he is a fucking dog. I don't think he gets enough respect, man. Because whenever he has to will his team to victory or almost victory into yesterday's case, whenever he has to will his team to victory, he does it. He steps up, he drives, he attacks, he does all that shit. Yeah, this is a crazy ass photo, bro.
Crazy,
Man,
bro. What's up?
Cat,
What's up with Cat, man? I don't.
I don't think. I mean, he's obviously not gay.
No, he's not. He's not. But it's just funny. Like he just be
He's just
zesting it up, man.
just. Do you think is he Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
You think is he full Puerto Rican or Puerto Rican black?
I think he's Puerto Rican. I mean, well, he's obviously Afro Latino, but I don't know actually. Maybe he's half Puerto Rican or something. I don't know if he's full.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was gonna say, yeah, I don't know what it is. I think that he just grew up different, and
He
he just,
cold. It's just funny because like some of the stuff. Oh my god, Rev! After all that,
yeah, I don't get that lingo.
after all that,
Where do you pick that up from? You know?
uh, I don't know, man. It's funny though because like in that picture, someone said he's like, no, not you getting to the rim on me.
I don't know. I don't know where he picks up that lingo from. I don't know where he learned to talk like that. He's dating a beautiful woman, so I don't know. It's I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about his sexuality, but
No,
you know, a lot of people. I mean, shit. Who knows, man? I mean, this isn't a bad thing or a good thing, but like he is dating a beautiful woman. But like, what if that's just all like a cover? I don't know. Is that crazy to say? Because I've had those thoughts. I've had
you
those
had those. What do you mean? Like you wanted to cover up or like?
No, hell no. I've
Oh,
had those thoughts of like, shit. Some of the shit he be saying it's like hard to like gloss over. You know? Like if I said, oh my god, if I kept saying, oh my gosh, like that to you, like, would you begin to question like my sexuality?
there's a lot of things that you do that already make me question your sexuality, man.
Yeah, that's true. But that's very true. But like I just feel like if I continue to show continuous signs of like zestiness.
I don't think you realize, bro. You're kind of already there, man.
Okay, you're crazy, man.
Oh
You're
shit,
crazy.
that's a crazy picture. Well, I mean, regardless, I mean, just talking about the Celtics, we could brush past the Celtics really quick. The Celtics and the Knicks. I mean, what are your predictions with that series? How do you think the Celtics have been playing? How do you think the Knicks have been playing?
I think the Knicks got really lucky in game one. I was rooting for the Knicks. I wanted them to win so it can make it like a spicy series. But I love this Knicks
Hey,
team.
with that nigga playing like that, it's already spicy. That's a spicy picture right there.
That's true. I love the Knicks. I love what they're doing. I love what they've been able to put together and build together this year. I just don't think they're getting past the Celtics. I think they got a really good win in game one, boost the ratings for the series, get more viewers on the series. But I think the Celtics are probably going to win every single game from here on out and close out the series with a gentleman's sweep. Easy. Easy. Yeah, I don't think that I think this series is over. I think it was over. The minute they won game one, it was over. I think the Celtics took that loss to heart, went to the locker room, said, all right, we never want to feel like this again. And now, I mean, I'm watching the game right now, bro. Complete domination. This series is over. I think they're going to win. Same thing with the Thunder and Nuggets. Same thing.
The
Thunder
thing,
are
the
going
thing
to.
with the thing with the playoffs now is that you can't really like shut a game off.
What do you
Like
mean?
like it looks like they're in control, but you never know. Like they might just go cold, especially with the amount of threes that these teams shoot these days. It's like yeah, you're ahead because you're making your shots. If the Knicks win tonight, we gotta have a conversation.
If the Knicks win tonight, then I'm probably just going to start betting overs and unders. Only because, like, for me, it'll just prove that, like, this shit is so unpredictable.
It's
Unless there's just like a huge injury variable, there's just no like way you can tell. This at this stage in the playoffs, there's just no way you can tell who's going to win every single night. Like, look at the Cavs and Pacers series. Like, the Cavs should be shutting the Pacers out, but now the Pacers are looking like they can damn near take it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
but people so and we could shift in because I'll just say like I think that the Celtics are gonna win just because like they're a better team, but I don't think it's gonna be a walk in the park like everyone thinks. Like I think it might be maybe like game six. I think it might go in like six to the Celtics, but I think that the Knicks might have some good moments here and there. But like the Pacers and the Cavs, I don't believe that's why I said that, bro. I wasn't that interested in getting into it because like the Cavs, like I wasn't that invested in them this season. Like I know they have the best record, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're showing that they were a fluke for sure. I think the Cavs are showing that they were a fluke. Surprisingly and honestly, I think that the Pacers have a really good chance of beating them in this series. I think the Pacers have a really great chance of
They,
taking.
they was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. I mean, like the
Yeah.
Cavs are the ones that got to prove some shit. They came out of nowhere.
Wait, the Pacers were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
against who? The Celtics?
I think so. Yeah, I think they
With
got.
Halliburton?
I think so.
Damn, that is very surprising. I did not know that.
It could be
All right,
wrong.
I guess I forgot, but no, I think the Pacers have a really good shot of winning, especially now that DeAndre Hunter. I don't think DeAndre Hunter, Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley. The
Was it?
Garland the Garland injury is very very serious.
Yeah, it was. It was the Pacers. It's just that
Yeah,
they got smacked, so it just happened so fast.
Darius Garland injury is very serious, and I don't think he's coming back. I really think the Pacers are going to win probably 4-1. If not, they might shock the world and sweep. To be completely honest with you, so
It wouldn't be surprising to me. I just, like I said, I just never bought into the. It's like, when teams suck and then they just randomly just go crazy.
yeah,
It always remember with the Hawks back in like 20. What year was that? When they won like 60 games randomly and like Jeff Teague and like all them boys is going crazy.
yeah, and then they lost in the
They,
playoffs.
man, they got smacked, bro. That's
Yeah,
what any teams that do that shit. That's what it always reminds me of.
yeah.
The two red flags for me is that if a team is super young and they make it to the playoffs, and then if a team sucked the year before and then all of a sudden they just like went crazy, those are red flags.
That would really suck for the Cavs though, because I feel like they've been good for 2 years in a row, and this is going to be their second year of disappointment. After this, you have to stop believing in them. I will say, Tyrese Halliburton deserves some respect on his name, man. He got called overrated. He got voted most overrated. He's literally willed his team to victory the last 3 games of the
Yeah.
playoffs. And even watching that shit live yesterday, I think he missed a free throw and then turned it into a 4-point play. Like, I don't know. That shit was just like, that shit was magical to watch. I'm not gonna lie. I was screaming. I was yelling at the top of my
They're
lungs.
saying that like I've seen some comparisons with Hollywood. They were saying that they remind like the OGs are saying he's more closer to like a J Kidd or fuck, who's the other player they brought up? But just like his true ability is like his ability to control pace.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like his stats are not gonna look crazy, but the fact that he can control pace makes like the game super like he's able to control, and that's what he's able to put his hands on. I need to sit down and watch a Pacers game for real. Like I actually don't watch Pacers at all. Like I don't.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of his game. You know, there's some players you watch and you like the fluidity and the way they dribble and the way they move and stuff like that. Like Anthony Edwards, like watching him is like watching poetry in motion.
Yeah.
Who else can I say? Jalen Brunson is like watching poetry in motion. Who else? Jason Tatum, beautiful game to watch. Shot.
I hate watching.
SGA.
I don't even like watching Jason Tatum play anymore, man.
I mean, classic vintage Tatum was beautiful to watch.
His first 2 years were great.
Yeah. Now he kind of just plays like he's too rich and he doesn't want to get dirty and shit. Like, I see what
everyone on the Celtics plays like James Harden. Like classic James Harden.
like
Step back three
yeah.
or drive kick.
Yeah. That's true. But SGA was the last person I was going to mention. When it comes to Tyrese Halliburton, his game is just different, man. And I hate his shot form. His shooting form is just like horrendous to me. But he gets it done. He gets it done, man. But yeah, kind of just to close up that topic, I think the Pacers shocked the world. I think they possibly sweep the Cavs, or they do a gentleman sweep, show their respect to Donovan Mitchell, give him one win, and then they move on.
1, 2, 3 Cancun.
Yeah.
What do you think? So, like with the fallout from the Rockets' loss, I know there's been a lot of talk about Jalen Green's future. What do you think the Rockets should do in regards to their young core?
So I saw something the other day. At first I bought into the whole. I used to be a heavy advocate for, Jalen Green is young, give him some time. And you and I, Russ, we've talked about this on the side as well. But man, I've been on this Jalen Green, give him some time bandwagon for like this is his third year, right? He just finished his third year,
I think so.
maybe
Yeah.
fourth.
Yeah.
Um, bro, I just don't think that he has what the Rockets need in him. And when I say that, I just don't think he is capable of being that go-to number one superstar that the Rockets can rely on day in and day out on scoring. I think he's always going to have his spurts of scoring 20, 30 points in a game, but I don't think he's going to be someone that gives you a consistent 28 points per game. I think he did a great job this last year. Don't get me wrong, but I think in a lot of moments where you wanted him to step up and do what you needed him or what you paid him to do, he didn't do it. If anything, Sengun for me was like more reliable and more consistent. Um, I think if you're the Rockets, you're at a position right now where like you can either go and do the same thing you did last year or this year and do it again next year, which is have a phenomenal regular season, go to the playoffs, get knocked off, and then be in the same predicament that you're in right now, or you make a move right now in the summer and you get someone who you can actually rely on, not Fred Van Fleet. You put someone you give the Rockets someone who they can hang on, who they can pair up with Sangoon. You go out and you find someone who can pair up and be someone that you can actually rely on in clutch time. And to be honest, man, I kind of like my boy Jalen going to the Lakers. I think if Jalen's not going to step up and be that number one superstar, he might as well go to a team and become a number three or a number two. I'm being real because like the Lakers need that. The Lakers need another player who can play both ends of the ball and be quick and fast and stuff like that.
AR already that. AR is literally Jalen Green, bro.
Nah, hell no.
Just not as athletic.
Hell no, man. You know what's crazy? What's crazy is that like
What?
paper wise, statistically, Jalen Green is obviously better than AR, but I would probably take
What?
AR. I would take AR over Jalen Green.
That's what I'm saying. Like AR is colder than Jalen Green, and they're the same type of player.
I would take AR over Jalen Green. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I'm saying. So why? Like, I don't think that, bro. So I think, I mean, he's 22. I don't. If you straight him, like, he's not gonna. I feel like he just needs to mature more. He needs to understand how to play the game. Like, he literally doesn't know how to play basketball.
how many years are we gonna say this though?
He's 22.
I know, but like shit, 22, you should be at least maturing in your game. Like you've been in the league for 3 years, bro. Like I just
He's
feel
not.
like
He's gotten better. I mean, you got to think about like how bad the Rockets have been because of like the just the way they've been coaching. Like their
yeah,
whole organization just been kind of in flux. And I think this is the first year with like a good solid coach where he's been able to build consistent with the playoffs. It's his first time in the playoffs. Like
true.
so it's going to be a shock. If anything, I think you have a good solid young core with Sangoon. That is it. What's his last name? Thompson?
Oh, a sore, yeah,
Yeah, one of the twins. And then you got Jalen. Now Thompson, he might fuck around and be your star player.
100%.
He might fuck around and be your star player. And then Jalen could just be the second option, like this. But he has the talent to be a first option. But I don't know. I just think that he needs to grow into like what he's going to be. I'm not a fan of moving on from someone that talented that's that young. Like, bro, he's 20. It's just crazy how young it is. He's only 22. So he has like incredible upside. Just keep building with him. Like,
It's great. Sorry, go ahead.
no. I was just thinking because like, what do you get back for? Like, if you get a KD or a book, like that's just gonna fuck everything up, bro. I don't think that's a good mix.
Yeah, I
Because
don't.
like, if you put KD in that situation, they're gonna lose. They're gonna get kicked out in the first round again. Like that doesn't make them any better.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of KD coming to the Rockets. I think that's like the self-employed. I think that puts the Rockets like 6 years back. I don't think KD at 37 years old, like he's not doing shit for the Rockets, bro. I'm sorry. All
Yeah.
respect to KD and his legacy and everything he's done. I think KD even knows himself that he's like, on the tail end of his career. I think one thing about KD though, I think he's one of those players that he respects the game of basketball so much that he'd retire when he knows that he's starting to like slip off the slope.
Nah,
And I think that
he seems like
I'm,
he's hooping. He just seems like he's just gonna be hooping until it's.
Yeah. But the thing is, I mean, he still averaged like 27, 28 points, I think, this year. But I don't know. There's a difference in the 27, 28
Yeah.
than like, how it used to hit. So I don't know. I think Katie doesn't fix it. If anything, D Book maybe helps it. D Book and Destroy Thompson and Sengun, that would be a fire mix. Um, I don't know. I think if the Rockets, if I was in your shoes last year, Russell, where I was like defending Jalen Green left and right, and I was like, he's young, he's 21, he's a kid, da da da. He's caught up in all this stuff, but it's a year later, and we're still in the same. We're still kind of in the same position, and I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, if the Rockets do decide to keep him and give him one more year, I think we both, you and I, need to make an agreement or a decision or agreement or a bet or whatever that next year, if the Rockets end up in the same position, it's officially time to move on.
You know why it's so funny too? Because I'm a Spurs fan, and we're all about development and like taking its time. Whenever we got Wemby, I said give us like 3 to 4 years. Like I'm just sitting here waiting. Like I don't even expect us to do anything crazy. Like if Wemby still looks the same or whatever, I'm like, I mean, bro, he's fucking. How old is Wemby? Wemby's like fucking 20, 21. Like, bro, he's still going to like. He's gonna get better. So it's just like you just gotta give people time. Like I remember, yeah, he's 21 years old, dog. Born in 2004. That's crazy.
Wemby gives me more hope though.
Well, yeah, he's that's a whole different conversation. But I remember like when we draft players and we put him in the G League, I don't even trip. I'm like, oh, he's gonna develop into something crazy. I remember when we had DeJounte Murray. I don't know if we put him in the G League. I think he was like going between the G League and the Spurs, but I just think you got to give him time. That bro did not go to like he went to one. Where did Jalen go to college? Can't remember. Jalen Green College, or did he go overseas?
He didn't play college ball.
Hello?
I thought he did. Shit.
Hello?
He just went straight to the G League. Wow.
Like, I feel like when it comes to yeah, like he doesn't even know how to play. He don't even know how to play ball, bro. Like, so I just think if you give him a couple more years, he'd be all right. But I mean, we'll see. I think that if they trade him, it shows. To me, it shows like a dysfunction within the organization.
Nah, man. Nah. I think if you are a fan of the Rockets, if you check, you can always kind of check the temperature of how the Rockets fans feel if you check the comment section of a post.
For
If
sure.
if you're a fan of the Rockets, it's completely opposite to like the Mavericks wanting to keep Luka. They don't want to get rid of Luka. If you're a true fan of the Rockets and like you truly feel like it's time to move on from Jalen Green, that was kind of like the memo last year. We decided to give him another year. I'm not even gonna say we because I'm not a Rockets fan, but they decided to give him another chance this year, and he kind of like let them down again. So I mean, bro, that game 7, game 6 performance was just god awful. He didn't exist. So like, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just feel like this is the second year that he's kind of let us down. I will give him one more year if Jalen Green, love his game, respect his game. If he doesn't pull up and show up next year, it's time to get rid of him. But at that time, what's his value at that point?
Well, I'll leave it off on this. Like, what would be a successful season for you to say for you to say that they should keep him?
They make it to the second round and they lose in 6.
Shit. He's not there yet. He's not gonna be there yet next year, bro.
Get ready to pack your bags, brother.
He ain't gonna be there next year, man. I feel like that's gonna take a lot of development.
Tillman's gonna send you away. And I mean, not to say that, and I'm not saying he's gonna get in trouble, but shit. Hopefully he doesn't get in trouble. If he gets in trouble over the off season or next year, just getting him involved with all his young shenanigans, who knows?
Shawley was saying that he wants you want probably D Book to take his spot or what, or Bradley Beal?
Bradley Beal?
D Book?
D Book, yeah, fucking
Look,
Bradley Beal. What? Bradley Beal needs to retire.
that's crazy.
Yeah. No, I would love D Book for sure.
I don't even think man. I don't even think Bradley built that. It's just he got forced to be the third option. What you like? That's not what he does. That's not what he does. Or
Nah,
he got forced to be a point, damn near.
nah, man. I think Bradley Beal. He said he can't. There was a quote he made the other day, like not the other day, a couple months ago. He was like, "I wake up and I get to play a sport that I love, and I'm getting paid a lot of money. Something like that. I'm getting paid a lot of money. It's true, but when a player says shit, when a player starts saying shit like that, it's kind of just like it's kind of like, damn, nigga, like it's settled in. Like the money that you're making, the insane amount of money that you're making to barely play and to give half-ass effort, it finally settled in for you. Like, damn, I'm robbing these niggas. Like, I'm robbing these niggas in broad daylight. Like, damn. Like, fuck what they're saying about me. Fuck what they're saying about I'm washed. I'm not the same Bradley Beal that was in Washington. I get to wake up, take care of my family, get paid $40 million a year to do absolutely nothing. My life is great. Like, when you get into that bag, I feel like it's kind of hard to pull you out of that.
Yeah.
You know.
See, I'm not gonna fault him because I didn't think that was a good mix when he went. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, I mean,
I
yeah, I
didn't
didn't
get
think it
it.
was a good
I
mix
was
either.
like, that's not gonna be a good mix, bro.
I don't even think, and all I mean, to be honest, man, like, think about the whole KD thing. Maybe Brooklyn Nets that one season, but like, he hasn't really like mended with these different teams he's been bounced around to. And to be honest, man, his best mix was OKC. That was the glory days, and then of course, like the Warriors because they were just an unstoppable team. I think KD just needs to find his spot and just kind of ride it out until he retires, bro. He already has 2 rings, right?
Yeah, he got two. He got two.
Yeah, man. Just take 2 rings, and he's a Hall of Famer.
I think that's what he's doing now. I
Yeah,
think when he left the Warriors, just like, all right, I did what I was supposed to do. Now I'm just gonna be vibing until I retire. Obviously he's gonna try to win and shit, but I
I
think he's
honestly,
in his career.
I honestly feel like I can't even name a team in the NBA right now where KD fits in.
I think like he could fit in. It's weird. He could fit in anywhere, but is it gonna? I don't think he could go anywhere that's gonna make him like an over the top championship team.
Hell
That
no.
makes sense. Like I'm trying. Yeah, if he
But
like the only teams that he would go to that would be crazy would be like the Nuggets or like the Celtics, and that would put them over the top. But
we're
that
also we're
that he
also
can't do that.
we're also talking about a KD that's been plagued with injuries, so we haven't really seen a full season from this man in years.
Nah, he's still cold. Nah, he's still nasty.
He's still cold. He's still nasty, but it's like where will he go where like he's like completely reliable and able to like uplift
Nah,
the team?
I don't think. I just don't think like those years are gone. Like I think like he's like a piece at this point. He's not the piece.
Yeah.
Like I don't think when you have like if Braun was on a team, it was like guarantee like you are a championship like contender for real.
Yeah.
You and KD, it's like them days are gone, man. They're just too old to carry an organization at this point.
Yeah. I heard of something. I think KD's 37 or 38.
Nah, he's not that. He's like 36, right?
No, he's 37.
KD with Trey. Nah, they need more than that. They need more than KD.
I think Kevin Durant would probably like hate his life if he went there.
Atlanta.
He's 36. He's gonna be 37 soon.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty damn old, man. But
Yeah.
these players are playing into their 40s, but that's pretty damn fucking old.
Yeah. But the thing is, we can't hold LeBron to like a standard. Most of these players need to be done by 37, 38. So like,
Wait, KD doesn't look like he's slowing down as much, so I think he could play until he's 40. To be honest,
I wouldn't want that.
yeah, because I mean he's still 37, still averaging almost 30. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
You know
fucking.
what? I hope that wherever he does go next year, I want to be able to really watch him play and dissect his game because it'll be interesting to see where he goes. He's definitely, obviously, not going back to Phoenix, but who knows? I hope he doesn't go to the Rockets. But if he does go to the Rockets, I guess we'll have to be ready to accept him and see how that fits in. I don't think that's the answer for the Rockets, man. I think it gets people in the doors. I think it gets more fans in the stadium, obviously, but I don't think that's the answer for the Rockets, man. I think the Rockets need someone who can like be a 1-2 with Fred VanVleet and Sengun.
Yeah.
But who
Say,
knows?
yo, saying Katie would trade, that's the nastiest mix I think I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen someone say Katie would trade. I think Katie still leads. Suns just unmotivated as team. They got to separate for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
If I mean, shit. D Book is on his. I saw something that said he's on his way to $700 million as in NBA career earnings since he's been in the league.
He's
He's
chilling.
quietly been collecting a bag.
Yeah.
If I'm D Book, he seems as if he's one of those players that he loves the game of basketball. He respects the game of basketball, but he's not too pressed to win a championship. Like a championship's going to happen when it happens for him.
Nah, I think he just isn't a bad. I don't know. I just think that he's just there's so many good players. He just happens to be one of those ones that just might miss out.
Yeah,
Like he's not even what is he like 27?
he's young, bro. He's
He's
like,
12, but he's been in the league for damn near a decade.
yeah, he's young.
That is fucking crazy, man.
Yeah,
But I was gonna talk about because they were talking about Steph all the time. If he wins another ring, but I think that conversation just gotta
yeah. He's not winning another ring. I'm sorry.
But did you get a chance to watch Shooting Guards on Netflix?
Nah, I think it's on my agenda tonight.
That shit is good, man. It's just crazy how easily you could fuck up your career by making a bad decision.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't ruin it because I kind of want to like watch it and because I kind of have an idea of like,
I mean, we lived it.
yeah, I know, and I remember though because one of my best friends, his favorite player was Gilbert Arenas, but I have a very jaded, like I have a very light memory of like what happened for real, you know.
Yeah, we don't even honestly. The only reason why I know what happened for real was because I watched Gilbert. I watched like his podcast every single day, so he's spoken on it. But to see like what actually happened is fucking insane. That was going down in a fucking NBA locker room.
Oh, so they were the culprits. They were the people that were crazy and them too.
Hell yeah, It was honestly, it was Gilbert for sure. Like Gilbert definitely like created an environment where something like that could happen, and he just fucked with the wrong person.
Oh, so he was like a true YN, the guy he messed with.
Not yeah, he was, he was
Damn.
not a true YN, but like it's just like I feel like. Have you ever had a teammate that played too damn much in the locker room?
Like touching your ass and putting your finger.
Literally all of that shit.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. And it's like, and he messes with that one nigga that don't do that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like they gonna scrap. That's basically like what kind of happened.
Wow.
Yeah. Like when you see some of the shit that like it's a really good documentary, man. It's really good.
It was like a simple incident that blew up to like a very serious.
Yes.
Wow.
Very fast. Very fast. But I mean, like it's kind of like what they remember when they reported, like, basically like they were playing around with guns or whatever. It's essentially that. It's just it happened so fast and then it went away so fast. But I mean, since it was guns in an NBA locker room, like unfortunately, like they just had to go to court for that shit, and police were involved.
Is that what I mean? That's kind of when Gilbert started to just spiral like out of control, right?
Essentially, what really fucked him up was the injuries.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what happened, but he tore something. He had to miss a couple of seasons, or he just it took him a long time to get back. And on top of like the gun shit, he didn't have like a good, I guess, like a reputation around the league. So you're gonna cut your career even shorter if you have like a bad reputation.
Wasn't his comeback the Warriors?
No. So he started off with the Warriors, and then he really took off with the Wizards.
Okay, yeah.
And then the gun shit happened, bro. His suspension was 50 games.
I remember that.
Yeah, 50 games, and then I think from there he got injured with the Wizards, and then maybe he went to Orlando, and that's when he was with like Dwight and Reddick and them and shit, and
Coming off the bench.
yeah, coming off the bench. And then after that, he went to Memphis for a little bit, and then he just like retired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember that. I mean, he was one of those players that he was one of the first players to get like a max contract.
Dummy. I think he said 120 or something like that, or 100.
150 or something like that.
Yeah. Dude, that's your life is done. Like you're just cooling at that point.
I mean, that was back then too. That was a lot of money.
You can tell he's still sitting on it. Like whenever you go to the Gilbert Arenas shit, his podcast, he built out a whole studio in his basement, bro.
And it came over years. It didn't all come at once. So like I remember the Wizards still had to pay him after he had left.
Yep.
Like it was guaranteed money. So
Jeez.
yeah.
Fuck, man.
That's the thing about the NBA and the NFL. NBA more so, not the NFL.
No, NFL, I don't know.
NBA, they pay you.
Yeah, your contracts are guaranteed in the NBA. NFL, you get cut. You don't see that shit.
Is it still like that in the NFL?
Hell yeah. There's some players where like they'll get. So basically, this is how the NFL works, right? When you sign your contract, you get the guarantee. Like, let's say you sign a contract for $120 million, or you sign a contract that's worth $120 million. You might get 80 of that up front. So when you sign, it's like, all right, I got 80 up front. That's guaranteed. I'm getting this automatic. Then the rest is spread out for however how many years that you signed it for. Mm-hmm. Whereas in the NBA, it's like you sign the contract, it's like, nah, like this money's coming to you over the course of 5 years, guaranteed. Like no matter what, like it's coming to you. Mm-hmm. NFL's not like that. You might get cut, and all you have is the guaranteed money you signed for. Mm-hmm. The rest of the contract is null and void at that point. Mm-hmm. And teams have the right to do that, which is nuts.
Yeah. Or if you don't play, like if they it's pretty much what you said. If you get cut,
yeah, if you get cut, or yeah, that's why a lot of players they try to get that guarantee up. They're like, yo, I want guaranteed this much. I don't give a fuck about like how big the contract is. Like, how much do I get up front?
Yeah,
yeah, it's tough, man. But also too, that's why the NFL still has a better product than the NBA because people still play hard because they have to earn their contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NFL is definitely more dangerous. It's like security for the owners too. It's like you might sign a player for 120 and then he gets injured within that first year and then he's never the same. you know.
I mean, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, goes against your cap. Deshaun got out lucky though.
Because this is guaranteed massive, right?
This shit is guaranteed.
Bro, Deshaun got a huge $100 million contract with the Texans. And then he got another $300 million contract with the Browns, guaranteed.
But everyone was
like 20 games of football total in his career.
Yeah, the NFL, like people that other NFL teams were mad at the Browns. She's like, why did y'all do that? Like y'all paid him so much. Now, like the asking for quarterbacks is gonna be crazy. And so y'all did not have to do that.
Why did they do that? And why did they do it with a player like him?
Nah, Deshaun was nice though.
He was nice, but it was like
top 5, top 3 at the time.
So now they're stuck paying him. I mean, I think they're trying to find every single loophole in the contract to not pay him, but they're gonna have to fork over at least half of that to him.
He's getting that money, bro. I'm pretty sure it's like it's damn near fully guaranteed, bro.
Damn.
Yeah. They fucked up.
That's a great life to live, bro.
Man, what?
That's a great life to live. If you're in his shoes, do you think he should even? Well, I think part of the contract he still has to he has to come and play, right? Or at least actively try and play. He can't just say retiring, right? Yeah.
I think he has to be like on a roster or something like that. Like I said, I don't know. I think maybe when he signed that contract, it's like no matter what he's getting, because Kirk Cousins signs fully guaranteed contracts. No matter what, he got that money.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah. What do you think about I mean, like getting off of like the sports talk, what did you think about, did you watch the Met Gala or did you like pay attention to any of the shit coming out of the Met Gala?
To this day, bro, I don't even know what the Met Gala is. What is it? Is it like an auction? What happens when they go? So what happens? This is my number one question.
Okay.
What happens when they get off the red carpet and go inside? Like what happens in the actual event?
So from what I've been hearing and like the shit that because I don't pay attention to the Met, I just hear about it every single year because I watch like a lot of shit that talks about culture and shit. Essentially, it's just like a museum where it's like an auction. So like I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure if they're auctioning art. Like I don't know what they're auctioning in there. But it's like a fundraiser type of thing where like they raise money. Essentially, the point of it is to raise money. Um, like this year, they actually broke the record for how much money they raised. They raised like $31 million, something like that. Um, I don't know. I could be fucking everything up, but that's essentially what it is. And you get dressed for it. And a lot of people like going. A lot of people go to the Met not for the Met, but the after parties. So like a lot of people will be throwing like after parties and all that type of shit. It's like, yo, after the Met, pull up here, X, Y, and Z, and they have themes every single year.
Wow. Okay. Well, at least it's for a good cause. Where does the money go to?
I have no idea. I think like depending on what the theme is, it goes to something supporting that theme or something like within that space. I don't fucking know.
Because you always hear about galas and stuff like locally, and like they're usually auctions to like raise money for something. So like,
Yeah, they
I
raise. Yeah,
I assume that this is what it was just like a rich version of like an auction for like rich people.
yeah, it is. It is.
So okay, that's cool. I mean,
Would
sure.
you ever go if like I don't know if some like weird thing happens where like you were invited? Would you go?
If I had a stylist and
I think that's the only way you can go.
yeah, I mean,
Like
yeah,
someone wants to style you to a certain extent. I don't know if that's the only way you could go, but
yeah, I would go if I was. Unless I mean, shit, I don't know. I pray there's no like devilish satanic like connection to the Met Gala, but you know, unless I have, unless I if I had a stylist and people to help me get ready for it, I would definitely go 100%.
yeah. I so I mean, did you see anything? Did you see anything like this past weekend that you fucked with though, or this past couple of days that you fucked with in regards to what people were into the Met?
Feel like for me, it's kind of lost its wow factor to me because like you already know you're about to see like men in dresses or like completely like crazy ass outfits. So like for me, yeah, I saw some outfits that I really liked, and I was like, that would be cool to rock, whatever. I'd never rock it, but one day in a dream, it'd be cool to rock it. Uh, I thought that the outfits were cool, but like for me, it kind of lost its wow factor because like I kind of feel like you're already expecting to see crazy outfits.
Yeah, you
But
saw Shabuzi's fit.
yeah, I didn't like that.
You didn't like it. A lot of
It,
people were fucking with it. I was like, I mean, I didn't like it that much.
I saw something that said that like, why do black men have to be feminized once they get famous? And if you really think about it, a lot of black celebrities and black like athletes or celebrities or musicians, like once they reach that level of stardom, it's like they begin to experiment with their sexuality and like start to dress like women and stuff like that. Isn't that weird?
No, I don't think it's weird because like if you think about it, like to be in the arts, to be creative, to be more in touch with your emotional side and feminine side, and to put music and content out, I think like that just kind of comes with it. Like like the super artsy people.
Yeah,
Like,
like
don't you think that like they would probably lean towards experimenting with like those type of looks?
for sure.
It's not. I don't think it's like black men have this agenda, or like maybe Hollywood has this agenda to feminize black men. Because I think I think white men do it too. I think just like anyone in that type of industry, they're more apt to experiment with shit like that.
Mm,
I've always kind of like been wondering. I'm like, man, I don't think it's like an agenda that they have. I think it's just the type of people that tend to get into that space. Like if you're super creative and you create music and like you love the arts and you understand where certain things come from, you're gonna be more willing to experiment with different looks and concepts. Versus and like you people that are like that, I think they like going against the grain and having that shock value because that's just who they are as people. Like
yeah,
if I'm looking at Shabuzi's already a shock value person. It's a dude, it's a black man in country.
true.
That's already like a shock factor there. And you get with some designers, they get into your head a little bit about like, hey man, this is fly, da da da. You're like, all right, like I'm already a trendsetter. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna make this look dope.
No, I can see that. I agree with that. Yeah, I can definitely see what I can definitely see where. I guess I mean when I saw that quote or that statement, it kind of made me think, damn, this is kind of true. Like a lot of our black people or black celebrities or whatever, they do tend to be overly feminized once they get to a certain level of like success. You know, the next second you see them walking out in dresses and stuff like that, it's kind of become a trend. But hey, I mean, yeah, I guess if you are to look at it from like an artistic perspective, I can definitely see that. But I mean, overall, I mean, it was cool. I think everyone, the whole process, the whole point of the Met Gala is to analyze everyone's fits. The fits were fire. I saw some fire fits. I saw some questionable fits.
One of our goats, man. Future.
Yeah, Future.
Cut his dreads. Man.
That woke me up.
That was crazy. I was like, and when I saw the picture of Future, I was like, who is that? Because I was like looking, I was like, because I was actually watching the live feed of the Met Gala as like people were arriving or leaving the hotel. And I'm like, is that? I'm like, no, that looks like Future, but I think maybe it's someone else. And then went on social media and everyone was just going crazy about it.
I think, I mean, I've never had dreads, but I would assume that dreads are very unhealthy for your hair over a long time. I mean, I kept reading the comments and people were saying his dreads were probably falling out. Apparently, if you have dreads for a long time, it becomes very unhealthy for your hair, and like your hair like starts to fall out. Because I mean, obviously, dreads are like small plugs of like your hair, you know. So like, if an entire dread falls off, that means that plug falls off too. Um, and I would assume, I mean, same thing with braids. You know, if you have that much stress on your hair for such a long time, if you've ever noticed when someone takes braids or dreads out of their hair, a lot of their hair is damaged. Like there's a lot of patchiness and like whatever. So Future's had dreads since like we could remember. I mean, his hair still looked healthy. I mean,
I mean, I don't know what look he was going for, but that. I mean, hey, man, to each their own, bro. I think it's just because we have this iconic image of what Future looks like, and that's like a risk, kind of changing that up, in my opinion. Because like, bro, his look is like iconic with who he is.
yeah,
Like the glasses, chains, dreads.
yeah.
You know what I mean? With the grill, like with the ice set on.
It looked different. I'm not gonna lie. It was hard to accept it. And then it was gold. He had like gold hair, yellow
Yeah,
hair. So like
I was like, oosh.
it was pretty tough to digest. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, shit. Hopefully, he continues to make music. To be honest, man, like I haven't really been tapped into like rap music like that. Apparently, he has an album coming out with Young Thug though.
What do you think about their new song together? Money on money.
It didn't do anything for me.
That was probably like that was a really bad song. His part goes crazy though. Future's part, like the second part of the song where he's rapping, it was good. But that first part was pretty hard on the ears for me.
Do you think Young Thug makes a comeback that like is worth listening to, or do you think?
Nah, I think it's so funny.
I think people graduate.
Say Yang actually just mentioned. I'm just happy they made Gunna release a fire song from it. I think we're starting to see, which we've seen for a long time actually. Never mind, but like Young Thug, Lil Baby, Gunna, and they were like, who's better out of those three, right? It was Gunna by a
By
long
a
shot.
landslide.
Like, bro, it's not even close.
A landslide.
Young Thug has been kind of slipping a little bit, in my personal opinion. Even before he went to jail, I just don't think he's like that good. And it's becoming very apparent that Gunna was the one that was giving these motherfuckers hits and hits for those years. Because Gunna came out of jail and dropped some fire shit.
Yeah.
So I remember I was listening to that shit for a long ass time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think he's gonna drop anything like to me that I would go out of my way to listen to. Like I'm obviously gonna listen to whatever he drops just because I like to keep up with the culture, but I think that wave has been gone.
I don't want to speak too soon, but it kind of feels like people have graduated from Young Thug's music, and I don't know. I think people adapted to Gunna's album when he came out of jail and he dropped and it was fire, and I loved it as well. That album was fire, phenomenal.
He used to release amazing shit. Like,
yeah, he's never really put out a bad project, Gunna, ever. Young Thug can put out a project that like sometimes you're listening to it and you're just like, what the fuck am I listening to? Yeah,
It's too much. The problem with the Young Thug to me is that his voice is like an instrument, but it's like it can only do like kind of like one thing.
yeah,
And after a while, it just gets like really, really hard to listen to. And he's not all the way audible. Like I can't exactly understand what he's saying, but it doesn't have like a melodic type of like he does, but it's not as consistent as like Gunna. Gunna just sounds like he's floating on every single thing that he's on.
yeah. The thing with the Young Thug thing with me is exactly what you said, but it's also I prefer Young Thug when
Features, right? When he does a feature.
features or like when he's in a very like R&B
Melodic thug.
melodic setting where it's like what's that album? Just Go With It. What is it called?
I don't listen to
The
thug.
album with the green face.
Slime season?
So much fun.
Oh.
So much fun, man. Like that album for me was like good because it wasn't like all Young Thug just trying to rap and just using that same voice, sorry. It was like him actually like, getting creative and dabbling with some R&B and like some songs and stuff like that. So,
I'm trying to pull up that
yeah.
So Much Fun by Young Thug. Oh.
That album was fire.
Which one?
So much fun.
Oh, yeah. It was okay. Actually, yeah. Sup, mate? Hot. Yeah, it was, but it was like a lot of he had a lot of help.
Yeah, he did. And that's the thing. I don't think it's hard to listen to Young Thug by himself for 16 tracks. Absolutely not.
No, fuck no.
Absolutely not. So yeah, I think you're right. We're starting to see that Gunna is the one. He's the one.
Gonna want. What do you think about I saw that this was interesting to me just because like I think we're Nigerian and us getting tattoos is almost like damn near taboo in our culture. There's like this the Eagles defensive tackle Jalen Carter. He went under full anesthesia to get like a damn near like a full body tattoo. What is your late? What's your like most recent tattoo? And like, would you go under anesthesia to get like a tattoo that big? Or would you even want something like that?
I've been seeing a lot of athletes, whatever celebrities that have been doing that. I think Tank Dell was one of them. Deuce Gardner, is that his name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's my name, Deuce Gardner. Yeah.
Yeah. He went under anesthesia recently. Honestly, man, like just from
Oh,
personal
sauce. Yeah.
sauce. I don't know why I said deuce. Just from personal experience, I just got a tattoo. I pretty much filled up this entire place. And them motherfuckers can hurt, man. And they can get really, really painful. So I'm not opposed to being put under anesthesia just to get a tattoo. Especially, it just kind of depends on where you're getting it. If you're getting it on your arm, you have to be put under, then you probably shouldn't be getting a tattoo. But if you're getting like a big ass back piece or a big ass chest piece, and it's like detailed with coloring and shading and stuff like that, I am not opposed to getting put under because that shit can hurt, bro. And when you have to continuously go over the same spot over and over again, bro, that shit can you can get to a point where you almost feel like you're about to pass out. If you're not hydrated before and not like fueled by food and water, you can come to a place where you can almost pass out. That's actually happened to me one time. I think my first ever tattoo, I came in there just like not prepared, and the shading and the going over, and like I was already depleted. That stuff can really mess with you.
Yeah. If you're not, because like I remember when I got my first tattoo, the one on my neck, like the one like on the back of my neck. That one, I was so nervous for it, and it's it's literally just like lettering. I was so nervous for it, I was about to pass out because I hate needles. Like just knowing that someone was back there with some shit that I could not see, I was like literally becoming lightheaded. He's like, "You good?" He's like, "Tab." He's like, "You good? You good?" I'm like, but it's just funny because it's just lettering. Then when I got my second tattoo, I mean, fuck it. There's like what 5 people in here. I was high as shit, man. Like the guy that I went to go do it with, he was definitely a drug dealer. Because like during our session, there's people coming in and out. And I think it took about 4 or 5 hours. And I literally, he to this day, man, I don't think I've ever been that high. Um, and he tatted like it's like the my Kobe piece on my calf. I fell asleep and I woke up and he was done.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching. I remember because I was watching Captain America: Winter Soldier 2, and then like I kind of nodded off a little bit, and I woke up, and he's like, "All right, bro, I'm done." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, 3 hours. 3 hours is gone." I was like, "What the?"
Damn.
Yeah,
I would
I
love.
have high pain tolerance though.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't at all. Like all my tattoos hurt. I'm not gonna lie to you. All of them hurt. So
yeah. I want to get my whole leg, not whole leg, but like my calf area, like below my knee. I want to get that
mm,
tattoo. Like I
yeah.
know the next piece I want to get, and then I want to get I think I'm gonna get like better tattooed like back of my neck here, but.
It's crazy when you start, you tell yourself you're not gonna get addicted, but then you do get addicted.
Yeah, I just think that I would never get it on big muscle group areas. Like I would never get like a tattoo like on my like places that have striations for real.
Yeah, I can't do it on my chest.
Yeah, that's where it would stop for me. So like I wouldn't do it like on my big piece of leg. Like my quads, I wouldn't do it on my quads. I wouldn't do it on my I don't think I would do my arms to be honest. Like unless I'm like 40, but at that point getting tattoos that old is kind of weird, I think.
I wouldn't do my. I can't do my upper arm, like my bicep, tricep, shoulder. But I'm obviously cool with doing like my forearms.
You know why I don't want to do my forearms? Because like I have good veins and I don't want to fuck that up.
Yeah, I've just always thought that like forearm tattoos are sexy.
That made me very uncomfortable, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I just feel like it's just like an appeal thing. I think like if you have your forearms covered up, it's just like a really good. It's a good look. It's a good look for male and female. I've always been a fan of that. I'm Nigerian and I got
I
my.
don't. I don't think. Oh, yeah, I'm not. Uh, oh, we can talk about that. I don't. You know what's funny? I don't really like. I'm not really attracted to tatted females like that.
Mm,
Like tatted up. Like tatted up. I don't know if I'm like all the way into that.
and for me, it just depends on what you get, man. I think I'm a pro tattoo guy, so I can never judge someone for for getting tattoos. For me, it just depends on how and where you get them, and like if the quality of art that you get. If you have a bunch of stupid tattoos, then I kind of question your judgment.
That's not. So I went thrifting this past weekend.
Yeah,
I mean, you already know the type of people you see when you be thrifting.
yeah,
Those type of tattoos were they just random as hell. Like I'm like, why did you like? What's the purpose of this? Like
yeah.
to me, yeah, you're right. Like that says a lot about your character, and it's just like, like
Would you ever get like Drake's face tatted on you, or like LeBron or something, or someone that you really like respected? Like a lot of people do that. That's why I'm asking. Like Kobe.
I mean, I guess I guess some people look at me lame because I got his logo.
I
Like,
mean, logo is fine. I'm talking about his face.
nah, man, that's a step too far. that's a that's a step too far for me. It would have to be like someone that it has to be like a human being that like I actually knew and
Yeah,
like had an extreme impact on my life.
yeah,
Like maybe like a deceased. I mean, God forbid. I mean, knock on wood. Like a deceased child or something. That maybe I had a child and like they passed away tragically, then I'll get them tatted on me.
yeah,
Outside of that, man, I don't see me tatting anyone's face on my body.
yeah. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of commitment. And then
What did your parents? What did your parents think when you got tatted though? Was they because we Nigerian, so that shit don't be flying in our in Nigerian households and culture.
my mom was kind of just like, well, for one, me and my dad weren't even talking at the time, so like I was thankful for that because I got to hide it from him for like 2 or 3 years. But my mom kind of just looked at me and was like, "I hope this is the last one." Little did she know, little did she know, I opened up a can of worms and like I have like probably like 20 tattoos now. So uh,
Yeah, I remember in the chat whenever you first got your first tattoo, we were all like, "Damn, is this nigga okay?" Like,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then, yeah, we were all kind of like, damn, like we don't know about that because we're all Nigerian, so we're just kind of like, bro, you wild and like,
I dealt with a lot of, I kind of felt weird, just walking around with a tattoo on my arm. It was big too. Man, now I don't even remember I have tattoos, honestly, until someone tells me, like I'll be somewhere. Like today I was at My Fit Foods and some dude came up to me and was like, I like this tattoo. I like that tattoo. And then you start remembering all these places that you have tattoos because people are pointing
that
it
nigga
out.
was flirting with you. He said he liked the tattoo on your neck.
And they did. And that was uncomfortable.
Yo, nah, hell nah, fam.
He did.
I like that tattoo right there. He points to your neck. It's like,
Yeah. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Am I supposed to say like, oh, thanks? Like, I don't know. It was just kind of weird. But,
wait, would you get bronze face tattoo on you? Don't lie. Damn. The thing about it's kind of crazy.
if he were to pass away, LeBron,
Okay.
if he were to pass away, I wouldn't get his smack dead face on my body, but I'd probably get like I'll get a really good tattoo artist to probably get a tattoo of him like dunking when he's like there's a really good image of him dunking when he's on the Cavs or the witness sign. Like he has the witness like this. I would get that on somewhere on my body for sure. Like that,
Yeah.
man, that's my goat, man. Like that LeBron got me through like middle school, high school, college, and adulthood. Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that.
I'm not mad at it. Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
LeBron got me through middle school, high school, college, and adulthood. When I say get me through, I mean like that was just someone that I watched for 4 different parts of my life with like just pleasure and just enjoyment. Pleasure isn't like it was fun.
Yeah, pleasure is a crazy word to use, but
Yeah,
I feel you.
that's a wild word.
Yeah. Would you at what age would you let your kids get tattoos if they asked?
18.
18?
Yeah.
Nah. So whenever I got my tattoos, I told my parents before. I'm like, hey, even when I got my ears pierced, I was like, hey, I'm getting my ears pierced, but I was already out the crib and I was making my own money. So I was like, I got my ears pierced when I was like, what, 20 with Josh and Alex. And my ex. And we went to First Colony Mall and went to Claire's, we all got our shit pierced. And I told my
y'all got y'all shit late.
yeah, we did, yeah. Because I was like super like I didn't want my parents to think like I'm a lame or like a loser. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I didn't want them to think I'm a full blown
cornbread nigga.
So I was like, hey, yo, I'm getting my ears pierced.
Jambalaya rice nigga.
Yeah, I'm getting my ears pierced, and then I went to go get when I got my tattoo, I told him I was getting my tattoo. I sent my mom a picture of everything, and she's like, you're a grown man. You're finding success in your field. You make your own money. We can't really say much. She's like, oh, I like it. She's like, it's. She goes, it's dope. It's dope.
Yeah, my parents did not fuck with it at all.
Yeah, but also too, my mom said she really respected the fact that I told her beforehand, and then I also got it in places that are like easily coverable. Yeah, my dad was a little bit more like. My dad is like very easygoing, but he would just like make fun of me. He's like, look at you, shy. Just say that. But that's he just leaves it at that.
That was kind of that was the reaction that my dad gave me.
Yeah.
Well, first, funny. The first time my dad ever saw my tattoos after we had been beefing for a while, he did not fuck with them at all. It took him a while to like actually open up to like the fact that his son had plastered his body. It took him a long time.
Yeah, you've been going hard too. You got a lot of tattoos now.
Yeah, I'm tatted.
Yeah, you're tatted for real now.
I'm tatted for real. Like I'm
not.
When
you got the tats on your hand, I'm like, oh, this guy wants to be like a nigga. Like he wants to be.
I'm fucking tatted like no. So yeah, for me, the ear piercings, the tattoo, like yeah, I think. But then now, my parents don't care now. For me, the motive behind me doing all this shit was because I was at a place where I was making my own money. I was funding my own life, and I was also helping my mom and my sister. So for me, it wasn't I felt like, okay, I'm my own being. I'm providing for my family. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I should be able to make decisions by myself and not feel like I have to check in with somebody.
Yeah.
So that's why I did it. And I don't regret any of my tattoos. I think I love all my tattoos. I think they all, for me, represent a time in my life. And whenever I look at a tattoo, I'm able to remember, okay, I got this during this time. I got this during this time, you know?
Yeah.
I don't regret any of my tattoos, actually.
Yeah,
Any
I
of them.
think I think before this year is up, I'm gonna get my third tattoo. Like I'm gonna put another piece on my leg. I already know. I kind of already know what I want to do, so
Yeah.
I think I'll get that done. But yeah, I don't know, man. Girls with tattoos. Did you see fucking Joy Taylor? I mean, it's a
That was,
crazy, huh?
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you saw the conversation where she said she doesn't want to date anyone that does not have the ability to have women friends, right? So that was number one. And then number two, she said she didn't want to date anyone that is like overly religious or like leads with religion. Oh, she's only 38? That's
Yeah.
kind of like our age, bro.
I thought she was like 40 something.
Yeah, me too. So what do you so first of all, I want to ask you, do you have like women friends that you talk to?
No, I don't.
For real?
Mm-mm.
That's interesting. I've always to me like I have a lot of women friends. Like I have women that I'm like cool with that I like do not look at how to enjoy telling you things that I don't look at like in a sexual manner whatsoever. And I was just thinking about it because I'm like, man, yeah, I wonder I do I don't know if that's like a normal thing or what, but like have you ever had like homegirls that you were just cool with?
In the past, yes. It doesn't really like work out well, but yeah, in the past, yes.
How does it not how does it not work out well?
It just doesn't. Um, I don't know why. I think that like in certain situations like that, one party starts to gain feelings, and then eventually it turns into like a very complex situation.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's always so because I have like girls in my life that like I've never looked at them in any certain type of way. And like there's like it's like I mean I don't want to say names, but it's like I can link with someone, I can link with a girl, and we just go out to we go out to brunch or we go out to lunch or whatever, and we just kick it and that's it. Like I just go back to my career, we chop it up, we talk about life, and like I give her advice on dudes, she gives me advice on women, and then that's it. Like I remember like growing up in high school, I had a two girls I was super close with, and we would hang out. Like I was cool with their family and all that type of shit. We would link and chill, and we're not like as cool anymore because she got a husband now. Like I just feel like that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
yeah, that's just completely disrespectful. Yes.
yeah, it's like I would never hang out with her one on one because it's like weird. Like you got the husband in the role now. Like I don't know, but before yeah, we used to kick it and just hang out and chill. Nothing sexual. I never looked at her like that. We never had like any type of like situations where it got weird or we're in any gray area or anything like that. And I have a lot of girl friends that it's like that.
For me, it's definitely. I mean, in the in the situations where I've tried or I've had friends that are girls or whatever, like yeah, it doesn't work out well for me. So
Okay, so then with the whole I don't even know if we want to get into this, but like because I actually agreed with her on the second one where 1 second. Hello? Um but I feel like with the second conversation she had, like people that lead with like religion,
I
yeah,
didn't
that's
I didn't agree with that. I just think that like she's probably just had really bad experiences with people that lead with religion.
yeah, she admitted that.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a blanket statement for everyone that leads with religion because one of the things in Christianity is living your life for God, and if you proclaim that you're a man of God, it's you're proclaiming that you're a child of God, and you live your life to serve God, which is a very common thing in Christianity. Serving God isn't a bad thing. It just means that with everything that you do, you keep God first. You can still live a very normal life and do that, but I hear what she's saying by like, saying that like, in her experiences with leading with being with men that lead with I'm a man of God. Because I mean, me and you, Russ, we see and we talk about people that like start off with like, I'm a man of God, I lead with this, whatever. But then like the next post, they're doing some very anti-Christ stuff, and it's like, or you hear something about them that's like super, super anti-Christ. So it's like, I understand, and I know you understand the red flag behind people that lead with that. But I don't think it's everyone.
Yeah, like when she broke it down, I was like, damn, I ain't gonna lie. Like I agree with everything that she said. Like I think I don't think religion is a bad thing at all. I just think that some people, the people, what tends to happen, excuse me, what tends to happen is that people that I feel like lead with it heavily sometimes, a decent percentage of people, like they tend to be masking something. And I think the biggest thing is just because you say you believe in this doesn't mean you're necessarily a good person. And then sometimes what happens is that the worst people will put on that mask of being super religious to hide how devilish they actually are in real life. And I
Mhm.
think that's where some of like the disdain for people that lead religion comes from. So like kind of going back to what you said, like there's people that we know that it's God first this, God first that, and like there's some of like the most devious people that I know, and like I'm like, bro, the way that I've heard that you do people and the shit that I've seen, like it's crazy that you put that front on constantly.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it's always like kind of like a because I do also know people that leave with religion that are super like they're about that shit and they're very consistent with it, from what I've seen at least.
Mhm.
But yeah, it religion doesn't play a big thing because I know there's a lot of people. It's like I can't date a man that isn't a man of God and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not. I'm more spiritual than I am religious, to be honest. Religion
I,
plays.
I can confidently say that like I am that way. I can't date a woman that's not a woman of God for sure.
For real.
I can't no. Uh let me take
Listen.
let me take that back. I I I can I can because obviously the Bible teaches you to like be able to like introduce and welcome people to Christ.
Mhm.
I can, but I can in the hopes of like her, accepting Jesus Christ as her Lord and Savior one day.
But what
Um,
is that? Um, I'm asking you this question. I'm gonna be listening. I'm just going to the restroom. But what does that look like to you? Like, what does a woman of God look like to you on a, I guess like on a real basis or like on a day to day basis?
uh,
You can answer. I'm just
yeah, okay. Woman of God, what does she look like to me on a daily basis? I mean, someone who has a relationship with God, man. Someone who talks to God. I can't tell if someone's talking to God, man. That's like a personal thing that you do by yourself. Obviously, people pray multiple times a day and pray for whatever they pray for. But I think just knowing that she has a relationship with God, just knowing that she's accepted, she's able to proclaim to me and proudly say that Jesus Christ is her Lord and Savior. And then of course her actions follow that. So that's what a woman of God looks like to me.
so like in actions. Like, what does that look like? Is it like church on every Sunday?
Nah,
Like, what is it?
I mean, obviously I would love to go to church every Sunday, but if you don't go to church every Sunday, I don't think that you're not a woman of God or you're not a man of God. I think that most importantly, you have that relationship with God. So like, yeah, Bible time or taking time out of her day or her week to read the Bible, to pray, to do acts of service for other people, to like,
Yeah. What do you think? Yeah. Also, six figure appreciates you being really, really active in here, man. So I guess like the next question also too would be if you're a Christian and your partner is another religion like Muslim, would you expect her to convert?
yes, but yes, yes.
Because I always wonder because I'm not like I said I'm not super religious. I'm very I like to focus more so on like, are you a good human being? Like, are you like, do you have values? What are those values? And are you striving to be good at something? Right. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a relationship with God or any of that kind of stuff. For me personally, uh, and I'm always just curious to hear like what does it mean to be a woman of God or a man of God or like all that kind of stuff because everyone has like a different answer. Some people it's like yeah we have to go to church. I remember this girl told me that because this was like a long time ago, but we were talking and I was like, she's like, yeah, do you believe in God? And I was like, I have my questions or whatever. I'm not like, hourly, just like, out here like super Christian or whatever. And her thing was like, she has to have a person that believes God. I was like, well, no, that's not going to be me anytime soon. Like, I'm not going to waste your time. So
I think, I mean, for me, I could be wrong, but I feel like if I'm put in that situation, like if I'm talking to a girl that questionable, she's on the fence, or even if she's potentially like an atheist at the time, and she still possesses good morals. I feel like for me, it's more so a challenge to evangelize and kind of like not convert her, but like introduce her to like a life with God.
mhm.
And then from there it's kind of like my belief in my faith allows me to believe that like eventually she would catch that wave and she would be okay, I want to be a child of God as well. So
Yeah.
that's it for me. I don't cross out women. If I were in a single situation like that, I wouldn't cross out a woman that wasn't a woman that wasn't a woman of God. But like, let's say we're dating for years or 2 years, whatever, and like she's just like, man, this stuff is corny. Like at that point, I would probably say, hey, you and I were not meant to be together.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What if everything else was fine? And it's just like,
I mean, it's all situational. Like if I started to see small signs of her actually opening up to it, then okay, maybe I'll wait around for a little bit. I definitely wouldn't make her my wife. For sure.
so yeah, I think that's my biggest question, right? So, um, let's say you're dating a girl and everything is like cool, like everything is like fine. It's just that it's like when y'all talk about God, she just doesn't agree. That's a no.
We'd be dating for a very long time until she said, okay, I agree.
And so when you get married, you want to get married under the eyes of what is it? What do people say? Like
You want to
it's
get
under the
married.
eyes of God?
You just want to get married in the church. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what they say. I don't know what saying you're looking for, but I know that I just want to get married in the church for sure.
You want your union. What is it like? It's like you want your union recognized by God or something like that, or like I don't know. I don't know how that works, but
Recognized by God in the church by like a pastor, I think, whatever those people do, or whatever the people are. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, it's always so interesting to me. I don't think, yeah, if I was with a girl that was questioning it, it would just be conversation. It's like, hey, what do you believe in this? Like, what do you believe in that? Okay, well, yeah, maybe like maybe she just doesn't have like a strong faith or whatever. I'd be like, okay. But if she was cool, like everything else checked out, she was nice to people, like she was a
Mhm.
great person, she worked hard. It wouldn't do much for me. Like I
Mhm.
just be like, okay, cool. Like life. But it's always so interesting to hear because I'm like, damn, like for example, right? Like I wouldn't want a girl, or no, I don't care if my significant other works out.
I mean, that's completely different. But
You
yeah,
think how?
I mean, because religion and working out are completely different things. Faith and working out are different things. But so yeah, I don't care if my girl works out, but she can't look she can't be
Yeah,
like
for sure. No, for sure. She can't be like unhealthy.
yeah, you can't be like not fit.
Yeah. And obviously, if people are like, "Oh, like you have to work out to be fit." I'm like, I don't. No, you don't. Like I've seen people that don't go to the gym that are just fine. Like
Yeah.
they look just fine. So yeah, to me, it's like the same thing because it's like what you're interested in. Because it's all ideologies. Like to me, it's just thought processes and like what you believe in and like how you, I guess, like make sense of life. And
Mhm.
to me, it's not going to kill the vibes if you know they're not extremely into Christianity. But yeah, it's always such a good conversation. I know we have like talks about that here and there, but I think like some of the last topics that we have is GTA 6 getting fucking delayed until next year.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, bro, I send you those trailers and shit, and I think I send it because like everyone else is sending it to their friends and stuff. But in all reality, when that game comes out, I'm probably not going to play that shit. To be completely honest with you, so um, bro, I have a PS5 upstairs that I definitely um, I have a PS5 upstairs that like I spend a very rare amount of time playing on. So like for me to sit here and say that like I'm actually gonna play that game day in and day out when it comes out, who knows though? If it comes out and it's like super fire and like it makes me want to take it back to the days where I had nothing but time to play GTA 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. But you know, in this day and age, when I get off work, man, like my brain is just focused on like unwinding, you know?
What do you do these days, by the way? We were talking about that the other day. It's like we really don't be having too much to do. Like when you get off, when you're done with your meetings and all that type of shit, what do you get into?
For me, especially now that I'm in the sports betting realm, I think I spend more time studying picks, which is fun to me. Takes my mind off work. I think of ways to grow my chat. I kind of just tune into all sports. My favorite pastime right now is just kind of tuning into all sports. So
Okay.
I'll tune into multiple sports, see what I like for the evening, send out picks to my chat, and then usually the first game for one of my picks begins around 6. If it's baseball, it's like all afternoon sometimes. If
Yeah.
it's tennis, it's early in the morning. So it's kind of one of my new pastimes that kind of take my mind off of work. I usually like do that until it's time for me to like wind down and go to bed. That's kind of been my routine. And I know we've talked about this, but kind of been just searching for something to do that takes me out of my house,
Yeah.
something that allows me to like, whether it's golf or whatever, something that takes me out of my house. And shit, I was so bored the other day that I looked up how to become a pilot.
But I feel like that's something you've been interested in for a minute.
Exactly. I have been very much interested in becoming a pilot. So who knows? Maybe that's something I start doing. But yeah, I'm kind of over the like sitting at home for multiple hours and like not really having an outlet to like really spend time and take your mind off of being at home. Bro, these fucking Celtics are about to lose again.
I told you, man. Let me see. Hold on. I can't even watch the game because this TV doesn't have YouTube TV.
The Knicks aren't playing.
I told you, bro. You always gotta wait. I swear, you gotta wait until the fourth quarter because like shit just be cracking. Sometimes, like sometimes teams are just hitting shots.
The Knicks are not playing.
Damn. Yeah, if they go down 0-2, man.
Wow, the Knicks are not playing whatsoever, bro.
If they go down 0-2, yo, the way that IG stories will tank your shit if you link something is crazy.
Yeah, man. I've kind of given up on the whole IG thing. I kind of just let my post or whatever I do whatever it does, and move on. You'll never be able to figure that shit out. Changing that shit every single day.
Yeah. But I'm excited. Shit. I mean, I'm not even excited. Honestly, when they delayed it, I'm kind of like now in the same mode as you. I fuck with GTA. I grew up on GTA. I love it. I might even re-download GTA 5 because I never beat it, and I just have a lot of idle time. So I might just be. I'm trying to find out different video games I could play because, like, honestly, we've talked about it privately. Sometimes I just be finishing up at the gym, and if I don't have like a video to edit,
You just sit, just
yeah, I
silence.
just sit in silence, or like I'll listen to a podcast, and like
And
that's kind of my days these days. Like if I don't have like emails to send out or like anything to work on, I'm chilling. I'm plotting. I'm doing stuff behind the scenes, like to get stuff back. But like all that stuff is on the internet. Like I'm just talking. I'm texting people and talking to people. I don't
yeah,
actually have to physically be anywhere. So it's just like
yeah,
chilling in my crib. I might switch things up and go to a coffee shop to make it feel like I'm doing something. But I think just knowing what the other side looks like when you're a full-on entrepreneur and you have like a clothing business and a warehouse, then you have a gym that you have that's full on and running and shit. when you know what the other side looks like, it's like, damn, it be making your days feel like you ain't got shit to do.
Yeah, but even then, man, I think if you're an
Six,
entrepreneur,
I played Red Dead Redemption. I beat it.
yeah.
But yeah,
If you're an entrepreneur, man, like the other side isn't that sweet. I feel like maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I think I've experienced both, and right now, then the Knicks just took the lead, bro. Wow, the Celtics might actually be a
I
joke.
told you. I
They
told you.
might actually be a joke. They
Told
might
you.
actually be jokes, and then
A
Knicks might
fucking joke. Aren't they? They have home court, so it's like this. This is happening in Boston, right?
bro. The Celtics might be a joke.
Oh shit! Wait, let's wrap up so I can go watch it.
Bro.
I want to see this fourth quarter. Oh wait, I can just put it on my phone. Hold on, let me put it on my phone.
Bro, first the Pacers, now the Knicks.
We talked about his fundamentals, the little step.
But yeah, I think yeah, I mean, this is gonna be great to watch. Who's going off right now? Like who's having a good game and look at them.
What's happening, bro?
If Jay Brunson hits something right now, oh my god. Yo, Jalen's clutch, dog.
He just hit something?
Yeah, 89, 86.
Oh, okay, yeah. This game is over.
Under a minute to go.
The Celtics are a joke.
Jason got the ball at the top. He's driving. Fouled. All right, he's gonna go to the line. But
Right.
he's only getting 2.
I think we've covered all the topics, right?
Yeah, we covered all the topics.
That was a good one. That was another good one in the hole. Another good one. Another good one. If you're on this, if you're on
too, definitely interested in picking both of your brains for sure. Hey, yo, I appreciate you tapping in Six Figure Zero because this is definitely like the best way to interact. Like if you're gonna talk in the chat, we're definitely gonna talk back. So yeah, if you ask us questions about business or you got questions or whatever, we got you.
yeah, market content, it'll come, man. I'm honestly YouTube is something that I'm gonna do. Like, I want to, in a perfect world, YouTube would be something I do like one video every 2 weeks. And the reason being is because like a lot of my days are spent doing not nothing. A lot of my days are spent doing business shit that like I really can't like. And trust me, I've been doing YouTube for 10 years. There's really no way. Me and Vic have tried to come up with ways to spice up the shit that I do on a daily basis, and like, there's really no way I can spice that up.
It's hard.
It's hard, man. And I think for someone like me who spends 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. like working out, I can't. My workouts are pretty like whatever, repetitive, whatever. But throughout the day, I'm just on meetings, and you've seen it in my videos. I'm on meetings from like 10 a.m. to like 4 p.m. And like a lot of those meetings, some I can share, some I can't. So it's like YouTube for me is only valuable when I'm traveling or if I'm doing some sort of collaboration or if I'm doing something extravagant within the city of Houston. And that's why.
And even when you're doing that shit, you're not trying to film.
Exactly, man. It's like my escape. It's my escape. So it's like, I think that's why a lot of my viewers do respect when I upload, because usually when I upload, me and Vic make sure it's a really good video. But yeah, man, I'm kind of over the phase of forcing the YouTube video. Like, I feel like for me, that's a lot more stressful. I do understand that I have a demographic that loves when I post, but man, as a creative in that aspect, it doesn't feel good when I did a video not too long ago that I had to actually delete because I just hated that it was on my timeline. It was a video that me and Vic forced within like a day, and it actually was a good video. I think I deleted it because I just wanted to change up the title. But I just don't feel good after I upload a video that I forced. It just feels like you just put up a dud. Even if it gets a lot of views, it's just like this isn't our best work. And the only reason we did it is because we felt the pressure of not uploading YouTube videos.
That was me today. I literally, before we jumped on stream, I finished editing a video and I was like, I need to get something up.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
just more so of like, I can't cut this shit off, fam. Like I got to stay active, you know. But also, like, I have a following that they'll tune in and watch me train every single day. Like, you know.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe Vic, you and I can come up with a way to like.
Fuck, man. So basically, wow, that's sick.
What happened? What happened?
What was that? What the hell was that? They literally just let Jason Tatum run down the lane and dunk the ball.
Yeah, I saw
Like,
that.
he literally got the ball and ran all the way down. And there's 15 seconds left. We might as well just stay on stream until it cuts off. But Knicks are about to get the ball or inbound the ball. They call it a timeout, and they got 15 seconds to score. Yeah, see, like 6-figure, bro. Like I'll be just lifting. Like today, like the video that I'm uploading tomorrow. I'm literally just talking and I lifted, and that's it. Yeah, Jalen. We talked about this in the last stream, in the last video. It's Shawley said that it's not impacting them just yet, but it's definitely impacting a lot of people's shit. Like I'm trying to get better restarted, and it's hard as fuck because the we can hear that, Shawley, by the way.
My bad.
But yeah, it's difficult because China has tariffs on it, and it's like hard for me to find good pricing. So I have to source stuff that is more domestic. So right now we're planning to stream Shasant, we're planning to stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around 6:30 p.m. So if you guys tune into the channel and see that we're live, it's most likely going to be on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. We're probably we're gonna come out with like an official thing soon. We just have like this long story about the video that we wanted to drop, announcing all this shit. Oh shit! All right, you got the Knicks inbounding. Got Jalen Brunson at the top of the key, working on. She got fouled, bro. Just run a pod together. That's what we're doing, bro. Bro, he's about to shoot free throws for the dub. Stream East is crazy, bro. Stream East is crazy. All right, he made free throw number 1, tied it up. Swear. Damn. Once this game ends, y'all, we're gonna end the stream, but this is crazy. All right, Jay Brunson got the ball, about to shoot his second free throw. Oh, yeah, play that shit, fam. He wet that hoe. 91-90, no timeouts for Boston. They bringing the ball up. Ew. Oh, oh my God. Bro, Charlotte, they're down 0-2 now, man. Oh my God, bro. Oh my gosh.
On, bro.
Boston just lost. And Jalen Brunson, the one that came through.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. These teams might be cooked.
Damn.
I fuck with it though. I fuck with it.
What's your thoughts? What are your thoughts? I'm about to this is game 2.
Knicks are for real. Knicks are for real, man. I think
0-2 is kind of crazy.
And the thing is, Madison Square Garden, man, that's not a place you want to play the Knicks at.
Nah.
That's not a place you want to play the Knicks at. I'm rooting for this Knicks team now. And I'm rooting for them even more because I bet on the motherfucking Celtics and they fucking lost me money, dumbass pieces of shit. Bro, it just hit me right now. I'm sorry, I'm mad.
Like, the Boston literally just pissed the bed.
Bro, they pissed This is why I didn't send any pics out in my chat regarding these games because, bro, these are in my sports betting career. These have probably been the hardest games to cap. I swept day one of the semifinals with the Pacers and the Thunder. I think was it Pacers or Thunder? It was one of the teams. But these last two games have been like, everyone coming into this game thought that the Celtics were going to wash the Knicks because of what happened in game one. But complete opposite happened.
What did I say, man? I was like, man, I don't know, man. I was like, you're like, they have control of the game. Like, they was probably just wetting them hoes. Now, like, when shit slows down and you got to actually hoop, the Celtics just shooting. I don't know exactly what happened, but that's bad.
What the fuck? That is crazy. That is crazy, man. Now we have another great game coming up now. Damn. I'm excited, bro. I love this podcast. It's completely off topic, but I love this podcast. I saw someone's comment about it being a podcast or us starting up a podcast. This is our podcast. I think this is the modern version of podcasting. And I think with time, obviously this will grow. This channel will grow. The amount of viewers in here will grow. If you guys are on it right now and you've been on it the entire time, or if you're just one of the late viewers to watch it, go ahead and share this with a friend, subscribe. I think there's a lot of great things to come from this. This is a lot easier to do for us. We both live pretty far from each other, but we're going to continue to pour into this. We're going to continue to put our all into this. We're going to be consistent 3 to 4 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's a kind of, a place to have some trash talk, man. Talk some shit, talk some trash, and talk about life and talk about everything.
Y'all are the first to know because y'all are the real motherfuckers in here tapping in. But we'll make an official announcement at some point. It was already supposed to be done, but well, when we get it done, we'll tell the story and why it took so damn long.
I kind of like that we started off with doing it first, because like when we announce it, whenever we do announce it on our pages and shit, people will take it seriously because they'll go to our page and see that we're 8 episodes deep.
Yeah.
So I feel like everything happens for a reason, man. And whenever we do come up with that whatchamacallit, it'll be fire.
Yeah, and then once again for the people that are probably listening after the fact, if you guys tap into the live, it gives you that effect of like being able to actually talk to us while we're talking about the topics and giving your takes, and we'll bounce off of you. Like we literally have the chat in front of us and we're talking, and like if something comes up that we can talk about, we bounce it off of y'all too. So don't be scared to drop comments in the chat. That makes the experience that much better for y'all, and then also us on our side. So appreciate the people that just tap in too. All 7 of y'all. But anyways, shit, we out. I'm about to go watch this motherfucking game and shit.